We were lucky enough to have this shipped to us from Stonemaier, so that we could play it for you.
And give it an honest review.
Yeah. We have a few. I think I have some very positive things to say about it.
I have very extremes.
Yeah.
I have very positives, I have very middles, and I have some very negatives.
Yeah, I would say the very negatives are not detrimental.
Yeah.
Nor do they matter to 99% of people.
Correct. I would also say that. But I would say the very positives, I think,
good.
are very positives for the most people.
Yeah, I agree. So we played it this afternoon, and we played it. So basically, you start off with a player mat as well as a starting token card.
I don't know what it's called.
Whatever it's called.
You start with a faction, which is the player mat, and like a faction tile or something.
Faction hex.
Faction hex.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are playing with two different ones than we played with this afternoon. So we can kind of give a true first play of these ones with for you, I guess.
Yeah.
But we have played it once, and just to kind of make sure we understood the rules and how to play through the game.
Yeah.
Rather than explaining all of the rules at the very beginning, we're going to kind of explain the general gist of it and then teach them as we go, depending on where we decide to, how we decide to play our turns.
Yeah, so this is not going to be a teaching stream. So if you're trying to learn the game, this probably won't be enough. But this will be a playthrough of the game to see if you like how the game plays. Yeah. And we're going to be able to talk about it as we play.
Yeah. As a general statement about what the game is, in case you don't know, it is a worker placement game, and you are trying to score the most points.
But it's also bees in space!
Bees in space.
Like, literally, there's a giant bee. There's a giant bee. Look how big this bee is!
Listen, the first thing, I'm going to say this before we even get to playing.
That's so cute.
This bee...
It's so cute.
Was done dirty.
The bee was definitely done dirty.
It needs to be painted so bad.
So bad.
And I highly debated how much time I had before stream if I could paint it, but I was like, no, we have to show the game how it comes.
The bee is screaming
to be painted. It wants to be painted so bad. It's such a cutie little bee and could be so much cuter if it was just not
so
gray.
chonky.
It's so chonky. It's such a little cutie.
So cute.
It just is begging to be painted. And I really,
so
really, really want to, but we're gonna play it as is. But yeah, it is aching to be painted.
Like, just looking at it, you're missing color.
I know.
It does look very huggable.
Yeah.
It does look very huggable. Then you remember that I think the idea of it is this massive spaceship, and it has these engines in the butt. But yeah.
We are playing Apiary, and we're excited to show it off.
So make sure you ask questions if you have questions, and we're going to show you the table hawk that is Apiary. I cannot imagine playing this at 5 players.
It is.
You would need
expansive
a table.
It is expansive. There's quite a lot on the table. When you first it is not as big as what's the one?
The one
Arnak.
I'm thinking Tapestry.
And Tapestry.
The board in Tapestry is much bigger.
It is much bigger.
Much bigger.
So it is a lot of table, I think, but I think it's because it's a lot of table for what it is. I think it could have been brought down a little bit. Like, it didn't need to be quite so large. There's spaces on the board that could have been brought down a little bit. But it's not as big as what I think of Tapestry, or I think of Arnak, or I think of I'm trying to think of some other games that you're like, that's a big board.
The nice part of it, if you're playing 4 players and you have like a dining room table and you're sitting across from each other, 2
and 2,
you would have enough room.
Yeah.
5 players,
5, I think would get
interesting. Yeah, it would definitely get interesting.
It is a 1 to 5. It has an automa just like all Stonemaier games do.
It does have an automa.
We've not played with it.
No, I haven't even actually looked at the automa. We usually don't.
Yeah, so we're not a good judge of it just because we don't often use it.
But we did play it too, and it worked very well.
Yeah, it did work very well. Use TV trays. Oh, you would have to. You would have to for sure.
Genius. I would love like having like a TV tray beside, like at your dining room table, with like TV trays for everybody. We have TV trays for string.
But that's yes.
What we need it for the table.
For that purpose.
We need it for a table.
Because we don't have enough table. Hey, do you want to go to the board and we can? You mostly use TV tray for board. Yeah, I mean when you're using it 5 for sure, I can see that. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you wanna do a
Let's
switch?
look at how big this game is.
So this is kind of where we're sitting. I'm gonna move this a little bit just so you can hold on to these. So it has a teaching guide, which is really nice when you kind of have an idea of how to play it. It's nice.
It's very good once you know fully how to play.
Yeah.
But it's very good.
So Jamie also did a video that is how to teach Apiary. I didn't watch it. I will be honest.
I have seen it.
I went to go look up something else, and I did see that there was the video. I didn't end up watching it, but I was there to look up something else. So there's that. There's the appendix, which is highly necessary.
Highly necessary.
And then the instructions, and then the automa. So there's quite a few books, that are kind of come with it.
This is the automa.
Yeah, but just keep it for now.
I have so many books.
You're fine.
Even though we know quite well how to play the game, I am keeping these beside. The rule book less. It is more the edge cases. Edge cases,
which I will say is one of the games that have come up more than perhaps other ones.
Yeah, I feel like edge cases and what does that mean?
Yeah,
has come up a lot more than I feel it should in a game of this quality
and of this difficulty level.
Yes,
in that it is not actually a difficult game to play.
It is not, which is why I'm saying this 1-page teaching
is really good.
Is all you need as a reminder to be like, I'm teaching this, I'll follow this step.
And it's a good review, like if you're pulling it out after the first time for a while, you're like, you can read through, you're like, oh, okay, I remember how to play.
Even
there's a player aid card.
The player aid card is good enough once you're familiar with the game.
I do have some qualms, which we can talk about a little bit after, but I do have some, and one of them is with this card. But I digress. So like I said, it is a basic worker placement game. You are going to decide which of the different options you are going to use on that turn, and your ultimate goal is to get the most amount of points to be able to win the game. You have this is your score track around the sides. It's cut off at the top because our camera just is not able to handle the width of the game, but we're living with it.
A big game.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull this down just a smidge.
Yeah, just at the top.
Just because I realized you can't read.
Oh, you can see that.
So you couldn't read the titles of those areas. Yeah, and I just want to be able to make sure to be able to read those. I don't care about the score track, but I want you to know the Explore and the Advance because it's pretty important.
Yeah.
To identify those areas, especially with some of the keywords you're gonna see throughout. I can imagine this would be a very tough game to learn on BGA.
So, personal experience.
Yeah. I
am not the best learner on BGA.
You're better than I am, but yes.
I'm 100% way better than you. Yes. I learned 4X, which was a wild game to learn.
Yeah.
And I feel like I learned enough that I knew how to play.
Mm.
I couldn't get into learning this on BGA.
Yeah.
I tried. It just was not a BGA.
Yeah.
And so what we did to learn, now that we're like talking about this, what we did is I did a sit down and did learn top to bottom, learn how to play, learn all the rules, learn all the exceptions. I learned everything from this game, and I found it very difficult to learn with no help. I don't know if that makes sense.
Twin just said, I didn't find it too hard. The tutorial was pretty decent.
There's a tutorial?
So knowing that, this is probably a really good point. I've never tried it, so I haven't looked.
I didn't see that.
But if there's a tutorial, that's a major...
Definitely do a tutorial.
I definitely do a tutorial. The other thing I would say is there's also the I always say Diz, I think it's Dized, tutorials, which are phenomenal tutorials. If you've never used them, they are very in-depth, very concise, and very, quick to walk you through a setup and the first few turns of a game.
Is it a YouTube thing?
No, it's an app.
Oh, it's an app, right.
But you can access it. So if you go on the Apiary listing on Stonemaier's website, they have a bunch of like different things. And one of them is to the website that you can use the tutorials on for Dized. I was going to say Diz.
It must be Diced. Dized?
But it's D-I-Z-E-D.
Yeah, Dized.
But you can do it within the browser or you can get the app. I just did the free because I was like, I just want to, I was trying to check something. And anyway, they have phenomenal tutorials in any capacity, but I did find that it was very quick to understand the setup and, the first little bit of the game. So it's a good suggestion if you're looking for something easy.
And there's always like the classics, like Watch It Play.
Yeah, Watch It Play has a great video.
It is a half-hour-ish video. Just that's how long it feels to learn the game like fully. And even after watching that, I still had to like read through the rulebook. But
then I would say after learning the game, it's not hard.
And the thing is, after I was able to learn the game, I was able to teach it to you
very quickly. Yeah.
And I think that was one of the really, really interesting things is I found it very finicky to learn. But once you were like, oh, yeah, okay, makes sense. Teaching it, a breeze. And then the only thing you had to know were those little edge cases, the little bit of weird things. Things like if you have played or if you have not, when you hibernate to put a hibernation piece in the hibernation comb, things like you wouldn't know unless somebody told you.
Yeah.
Everything else, it's a worker placement. It's a very classic worker placement. It works very well. It flows very well. And it's really fun.
So some of the just before we kind of start without doing a full tutorial, but essentially you have the different spots you can go and you go there with your workers. Your workers are your little bees here. You start with 3 and you have the possibility of getting a 4th, later on in the game. And the workers can either have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 as their strength. And each of these are set by your faction at the very beginning. We are playing with the beginner factions, which have a little green star on them, and they can be upgraded later on. There is a ton of factions in the box.
There's crazy,
and we're just using the starting ones just as kind of a way in to show what some of them are. Again, we're using different ones than we used this afternoon.
That was one thing that I was going to say about how my very big likes about this game is there is 5 of these boards. Yeah. They're all different. So 1 per player, but you can randomize them. And then these ones,
there's tons.
There's
a stack.
There's a stack.
Yeah.
So no 2 games will really play or your goals will never be the same. Replayability. Huge replayability.
Yeah. The main kind of 2 areas I find, to just give a quick rundown, there's the Explore, where you're gaining some resources and then you're gaining tiles and planets to explore. The other one is Advance, and there's 3 types of tiles you're going to use, gain these tiles, and then put them on your mat in the hopes of then gaining more things, right? Worker placement style, engine building type thing. In this, there's 3 different types. The green are your farms, which are like ongoing income-based style of tiles. Your Recruit, which is the bee symbol, and it is your
ongoing effects.
Ongoing effects, thank you.
Is like the best way of saying it.
Yeah. And then your third one is your instant. Your red income or your red development ones are your instant ones. And they happen when you buy the tile. So that's a really big thing to kind of know for the tiles. Otherwise, I think we'll just kind of explain each one as we go.
Yeah, we'll just talk about how things are playing while we play.
Yeah.
We definitely don't want this to be a teaching, so don't if we don't specify rules. But what we will do,
ask
I
questions
think,
if you're curious,
is discuss a little bit about the things that are really, really good, and I think the things that are really, really bad. One thing I will say before we do any of this, though, is the bad are super not bad.
I say they're minor things.
There is after learning the game, after playing the game, it definitely has a really fun top level.
Play rules exactly as explained.
Yeah. And the bads that we found were all like nitpicky or, this could cause some problems, but then they were always solved. Every issue that we have, they were either solved by BGG forums or solved by looking up in the appendix.
They have an FAQ on the Stonemaier website too, which they always do. But they do have a pretty solid FAQ and some questions that were answered within that section as well. So.
Yeah. So I think it's take the bad with less weight than the good, especially for this game. Not in general, but just for this game. But I think it'd be nice to show the bads.
Yeah. So the board is double-sided. It has a 1 to 3 player side and then a 4 to 5 player side. So this is the 1 to 3 player side. We are playing 2 players. The only thing that is not accessible to us at 2 players is this little section here. Otherwise, the entire rest of the board is as you would at 3 players. So which is nice.
Yeah, and 4 to 5, the biggest things that they add is more carve, which are endgame bonuses.
Yeah.
More of these because you need these for every player.
I think there's 3 of them on the other side.
There's either like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then more hibernation cones.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty much
just
the same.
More spaces to do things because there are more people. That's all.
It's kind of a good way because you're not going to want to play in that 4 to 5 player game at like 2. There's just too much.
Yeah.
So it was a nice way that they made it double-sided. That you can play more condensed.
I actually like it in a way that, you know how sometimes you have those games where you're like, at 3 players, you can't access all these grayed out sections.
Yeah.
I appreciate it the different side of the board because you're like, there's no confusion. Everything's open to me, what is available, except for this one spot, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
As opposed to those boards where you're like, half of this isn't accessible to me, but it's still there.
And then it's so hard to notice because it's always these little edge case everywhere, and you're like, it's definitely a lot cleaner to play.
Do you want to? Our zooms are a little bit not amazing, just because, just because the camera's so high in order to get
we had to move the camera up,
the width of it
for this game.
So the zoom is a little bit meh, but
it's not too bad.
So this is kind of what your board looks like. The starting faction tells you what types of bees you start with. So I have a 2-1-1 as my starting workers. It tells me my end game scoring. If I don't improve it, I get 4 victory points per carving adjacent to this tile, which are those yellow ones in the middle. And then it also has your resource storage areas. Now, enter Quam 1. Quam 1 is, so you have a highlighted section, which is your starting resource.
And I was literally just about to say, it's even worse on camera.
Yeah, it's almost illegible.
I don't think you can see it. You can't even tell.
Basically what happens is there's a green circle around the resource you start with, and it's a bit highlighted, so it's less muted, so you can see that this blue water droplet is more vibrant than this blue water droplet. That's your starting one. Over here, you either start with pollen or fiber, and it is highlighted in white, but when we first played, we were not sure what our starting resource was. We happened to guess correctly, but it was not clear to us initially what our starting resources were until we had to look, and they were like, oh no, you actually start with something specific. Now, beyond the start of the game, you can put a pollen or a fiber here, but at the start of the game, you have one specifically you start with, and that was not clear.
I think on camera, it's more visible.
The highlighting is more visible of the more vibrancy, but it is not clear.
So looking at mine, you can see the white stick here
is the fiber.
It's not that visible.
No, not to the person.
If you know to look at it, you get it.
Yeah. But then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But at the initial look of it, I was like, I don't know.
And it being a quick little side note in the rules, It's easy to not remember by the time you get to the end. Easy to miss. Easy to not realize what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those. I wish they did that a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like maybe something easier. And it is not colorblind friendly. Not colorblind friendly at all because of that.
Yeah, I think maybe the highlight of it is supposed to help, but like the white surround line, but I don't know that it is.
But just like that's the thing on camera, you can't see it at all. There's a green circle around the leftmost circle. Yeah. The other ones are like gray or white. Yeah. The leftmost is green.
It's a bit thicker, but again, it's not super obvious.
Yeah.
So it's just something to really watch.
That pretty much sums up the negatives we have about the game. Everything else.
There's one more that's pretty.
What, the 4-player one? The 4. No, which one? I feel like we should talk about things that are game.
I was going to talk about the icons.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that.
So.
I
was going to play first, but we're going to talk about
we'll talk about design things after. Because design things were not.
No, but the iconography.
Iconography is important.
So I feel like I have. You have your copy of me right next to you. You can play with us, Dave. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of iconography in games. Like they're usually pretty standard enough, or like
make enough
sense. You're like, I get the gist. I will say about. I don't have a percentage. There are some that are very clear. And some that, like, the instant effect, it's the lightning bolt, great.
Yeah.
The 2 arrows doing a continuous motion for income, perfect. There are a number of symbols that were not consistent or did not make sense.
Yeah.
Or the best one, that they aren't on the player guide for iconography.
And again, I tried looking to see if it would explain it. But it doesn't feel like it does.
So, one of the things that, like, seems clear is this, like, 3-line arrow situation that happens in Grow as well as in Convert.
And it seems clear.
It seems clear.
Because you're doing assumptions.
Yes. So, this is, like, 1 strength, 1 flower, presumably, arrow,
equal
B. Okay.
Arrow.
So you're like, okay, I'm using a strength and 1 flower to get a B. Okay, great. Over here, you're converting a resource into another resource. Okay, great. But at one point, there was a card that I picked up, and I, for some reason...
This tile was what confused us.
Oh, it was the tile.
It was literally this tile.
It was that tile. It was the way that it was... We randomized. It was this yellow circle tile, which is these tokens, this arrow, and then 1 victory point each.
It's really hard to see on the board because the board is just so big.
And it was not clear as to whether you were discarding, simply counting, if you were... There was no clarification. And I was like, okay, well, what does this say? Is it say that you're just counting? It doesn't have it on it. That is an icon that appears often enough.
It is like the most important icon
that
in the game.
It appears more than almost your income one. It should be there. How is it not there?
And I can't also... It doesn't...
that I found frustrating, that it was like, well, then not every icon is listed on the iconography guide. And, like, sure, we looked up the appendix for this tile and figured out that you actually had to discard those tokens to count for points. Which you're like, okay, I get that because I'm discarding, but I'm assuming that I'm doing that I'm not just...
Yeah.
I don't have to just have it and I get something, right?
It was one of those in most types of games because we're so used to playing and we've done...
Yeah, and we've done converting and we've done whatever,
we've done assumptions. So like in this one, it's called Convert. And it shows you a thing with an arrow to another thing. We know assumption that you're converting one thing to another. Yeah. It explains that in the rules. It explains that you're converting this, you're doing this to convert to another one.
But then when it was placed in a different situation
makes it weird.
And then there was no kind of clarification on that. That I found a little bit frustrating.
Well, and it was in the rule book. it'll teach you. It'll say,
yeah,
it'll explain what one strength means. It'll explain that you need to do this. It'll explain that you get 1.
yeah.
But then when you're just looking at this board, if you haven't played for a while, if you've forgotten a little bit, you're like, how do I spend a strength?
Yeah.
Do I lose a strength? Because this is spending.
And that's the thing, is because it's spending.
Left of arrow is spending.
And you're not spending the strength. You just have to have it.
So this is...
But then this you have to spend.
It's a difference between this and this using the same icon.
So that really annoyed me this afternoon. But I would say that was the only time that I was incredibly frustrated with it. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, I got used to it. It's fine, whatever. More of a stamina.
There is one more icon that we had a more stylistic choice, I guess. So just a quick one. It was it's very hard to see, but it's whenever you icon.
Do you want to zoom?
I'll
actually,
we'll try to zoom in a little bit. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it.
So it's like a fast forward icon.
It's a fast forward icon. That's what everybody will commonly know it as. It's what since
it's like a double arrow.
Pre-VHS days. It's a fast forward icon.
Yeah.
But it means whenever you play a card, you do this. Whenever you do this, you do this.
But normally, in a lot of games, they'll associate, like, if it's like you doing something versus your opponent's doing something, you'll have an arrow, like you versus arrow,
like
whatever,
you,
right?
Or like a person, or like maybe a bee, or like showing something.
And I didn't find that to be intuitive.
Because that to me is the next.
Yeah.
Following. Next player. Do something like in the future.
Yeah.
And it is kind of like one of those that it's on the verge because it's whenever you do this. So you're kind of, but it's...
the artist formerly known as whenever
It was just one of the, that was an interesting choice. Yeah. When you're used to it, when you know it, it's totally fine. There's
once you're used to it, you're like, okay, I get it. But again, it was a weird choice for a symbol.
And it's also really funny because there's a lot of, they're not consistent. Which is like the equals and things. Like this convert has the whenever you convert. Whereas this one says whenever you.
Yes.
So why does this one have the icon?
And is that a hibernate one?
Whenever you hibernate.
Yeah. So I had that one earlier today.
This one too. Whenever you hibernate.
So when it uses the hibernate, it doesn't use the whenever you because it's not one of the sectors.
Yeah.
So when it uses a sector, it uses the arrow with a sector. But like hibernation is a pretty major part of the game. Yeah. And so like, or even just bold the word hibernate. Do something. I don't know.
It makes the whenever you.
There's,
not mean anything. They could have just gotten rid of it.
They could have just bolded it.
Yeah.
Like, grow.
Yeah.
Do this. Like, so there's definitely some kind of like, you know,
there's some getting used
to it. But once you get used to it, it doesn't affect gameplay per se.
Yeah. Once you learn
so that's why to me it's kind of on the minor side. Or on the medium side.
It is nitpicky thing. Yeah, so we're gonna start playing, I think, and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna be doing.
Also, this mess.
Oh yeah, this is a tray.
This was a choice.
It came with the game,
and I don't like the choice.
It said put all of these mixed together.
I don't like the choice. This is a me thing. I understand this. I don't like this choice.
I'll be honest. I don't think it's a you thing. I think it's a majority of board games. I think it's a minority that do like this and stuff.
I'm sure, like, I know that Jamie doesn't care about mixing things, and like that's probably part of it. And it's probably a cost thing of not doing the separate sections.
For sure.
But like this, I don't like.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine.
Not a fan. It's easier to store back in the box, so
so we're living with it.
Yeah. Okay. So
so you are llama faction in the skep.
I am llama in the skep.
Okay. I am Cypri in the Langstroth.
Big words there.
Perhaps an environment thing. Yeah, could be.
Yeah. I was thinking they could have just like divided this.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but
it would be more fun.
You know, if you had a 3D printer.
Delphia, don't even.
You're not wrong, Delphia.
Don't even. Oh my god. So, Llama, have an endgame bonus of 1 victory point per tile I have built.
Period.
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
So that is my basic, if you don't know what to do, victory points.
That's wild!
It's okay. It's pretty...
What do you mean it's okay?
It's pretty...
I love building tiles.
It's pretty okay, yeah. So
you have a wild board. What is it? Okay, we randomized these. I like yours better than mine. Mine got a lot of empty things. I like yours
too. What do you mean?
I don't like mine. It's fine.
First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to advance. Advance has 2 different locations. You always put it on the topmost or the leftmost. So leftmost for explore. And there's a little arrow here when your bee gets bumped, it actually moves down.
Kick 'em.
So now my advanced power, my strength, is 1, which is the bee I chose, plus a free 1. So I can do purchase a tile from 2 or less. So this is 2. So I can purchase a tile from this row. I'm broke. So I'm going to spend a water and a fiber to buy a farm tile. Farm tile costs something at the bottom. You pay that cost. They have an income at the top, a victory point on the left, which is really hard to see, and storage for goods so that you don't have to discard them at the end of your turn. I'm going to choose where to put it. And
your board gives you benefits.
Put it here.
On the fiber.
And there's a fiber showing underneath. When you cover it, you get that bonus instantly.
Also, the fiber is like such a cute little shape.
The fiber looks like a worm.
It really does.
It just straight up looks like a worm. And then these get slid down and immediately replaced at the end of my turn. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so I'm going to spend also my 1 worker bee. I have a 2/1/1, right? I'm going to spend the level 1 level 1. And I'm going to explore. So again, we use the leftmost one first. And I get to move the queen ship, okay? She do be big. She do be chunky. She do need some color. But that is a separate issue.
It's a silkworm.
Kind of like a silkworm. I agree. The fiber looks like a little silkworm. So the queen ship, I get to move the amount of strength that I have, and I'm going to move her 1. And I'm going to get whatever... No. I'm going to move her 1 to get whatever this resource or what this thing is. I'm going to get a flower, so pollen is what I'm going to grab.
And you have to make sure to keep those on your sheet because they are used for the pieces of the game. Yeah,
so there's some things you can score points for some of these. And as soon as I do this, I get to explore a planet, so I get to grab one of these tiles and explore this planet. So the way that these work is it may be a printed resource on it, and anytime there's an empty spot for a resource, you get to fill with one that you want to get, and you get the printed as well as any of the newly added ones. So in this case, I'm going to put Cariopa, and I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it full of pollen. So now
you're getting more pollen.
I'm going to get water and pollen for going to what was it called? Cariopa.
So now, in the future, anybody else who moves the queen bee back into that square would get water pollen, but then also the next person would get to fill that 3rd square before getting resources. Yeah. So the queen is a very good way of gaining resources.
She buzzes around and gets some stuff.
She's so good at getting resources, that's exactly what I'm going to do as well.
Are you now?
Yeah, so could you put that over there? I'm going to bump you down a spot, but now because there's 2 workers... I actually get to add the strength of both those workers. They are both 1s, so now I can move the worker bee queen ship up to 2. 2 orthogonally.
Yes, that is important. It is orthogonally, not diagonal. Where do you want to go?
I'm going to go 1, 2.
You are going to do it.
And I'm going to get a card.
The cards are strong.
This is the symbol for a card. I draw the top card. Then I reveal the top location. That
Nolia. It's a new planet, and it has a single resource that you can choose.
I will choose water, please.
Water.
And then I will gain a water for finishing my turn there. But I also will read my card real quick.
En secret.
I will put down my card.
So the cards
save it for later.
You can choose to use before or after you place your bee. So essentially you can play it mostly at any time during your turn.
It's one of those that you play it before you do something or after you do something.
Yeah.
So you have to complete the action. You're not supposed to do the cards
in the middle of your action. Yeah. But they can be very strong.
They can be very strong.
Okay, so now that I have some pollen.
What you thinking?
So I'm going to move my level 1V to advance.
Very nice.
So I bumped you down a little bit. And I'm going to recruit. I'm going to take a blue tile. I'm going to spend 2 pollen to get this fancy tile here. And this says, whenever I hibernate, I gain 2 victory points. So it's a future me thing that I'm planning to be able to hibernate, and I'm going to gain points whenever I do. Now, my board is kind of interesting. Anytime I place a carving, anytime I place a carving in and around, the faction hex, then I would gain victory points at the end of the game. I don't have many printed resources on mine. I have a lot of text. So this one says here, a farm built here costs less. A bee, which is these blue ones, costs 2 less, if it's built here. The immediate ones are the red ones, and then a carving.
That's so interesting.
I don't really want to place this one here because it's not a farm. I am going to place it here. It doesn't give me an immediate benefit, but it does allow me to open up some spots because you do have to place your tiles adjacent to something that's already built. So I can't just build up here for funsies. So I kind of build up to get there. Yeah, so that's my turn. Oh, we gotta move these down.
Very interesting turn.
I thought so. It is hard to tell which way the tiles go when you're putting them out for the first time because some of them have the dark color on the bottom, some of them have them on the top. It's a little bit.
It's a little bit here and there.
So it's a little bit kind of weird to put your tiles out.
So I'm also going to advance.
Are you gonna bump me?
But now because it's full, I'm actually gonna bump myself. Because you
that's
move
so rude, you're
everything
blue.
down.
That's so rude! I thought it was me!
So when you get bumped, you have the option. You have an option of leaving your worker the same strength and putting it down here in the landing area, making your worker inactive. You would then have to do a gather action, like a worker placement, gather all your workers, to gain your workers back to put them in your active pool. Or, I can increase my worker strength and put them directly into my active pool, getting ready to build. We want stronger workers.
We do want strong workers.
We don't want weak workers here.
We don't. So now you have a strength of 3.
So now I have a strength
what would you like
of 3, and I only have 2 resources. So I'm actually going to build this farm here, which is going to cost me 1 water and 1 fiber.
Okay.
And I'm going to build it. I'm going to build it up here. So again, farms don't have immediate bonuses, but because I built it here, covering this water, I will get a water immediately. Also, at the end of my turn, I have to make sure that I have the resource space for all my resources. You put them in these circles here. You can kind of see
which the farms help with.
The farms grow your resource space.
If you notice, I don't have farms.
You don't have farms.
You're good?
I am good.
Excellent. Okay, so I am kind of poor. And by kind of, I mean quite poor.
What do you mean? You have 2 water.
Yeah. So, I'm actually going to explore again with my level 2B. And I'm going to bump myself.
Or is it
and
not
I'm going to make it a 2 in my active pool. So now I have a strength of 3. However, I don't really care because I'm only going to use 2. And I'm going to go 1, 2.
Is that now, 1 of each?
It is 1 of each. It is a pollen, a fiber, and a water. So it is ensuring that I have 1 of each of our basic resources.
That's really good.
It is really good. And it's also going to allow me to explain the next part of things, which is awesome. So now I get to explore a tile, explore a planet, and I thought I said Spain. Okay, I'm exploring Sape. And I'm going to make this a fiber.
Oh, no.
Okay, the poor queen decided to have a nap in the middle.
The queen is a little bit top heavy.
So Now technically what it says is you get all your resources and you put them off to the side, and then you can choose how they go into your storage at the end of your turn. And this is important because you have to choose what you want to keep. So especially for some of these ones that can hold a variety of different resources, you want to choose what you want to keep. So in my case, I'm going to keep the water for sure because I have a spot for it. But I have 3 resources that need to be put into 2 spaces, and I don't have enough because I don't have any farms. So I'm actually going to keep 2 fiber.
Ooh.
And discard this lonely pollen, because I didn't really want the pollen, but I got it anyway. Now, when at the end of your turn, when you discard an extra resource, you actually get Queen's favor. So the Queen is very favorable of you, the queenship, and she appreciates the extra resources you have gathered, and you're going to share with the colony. And I'm going to get a Queen's favor for every resource, additionally, a resource that I get rid of. So because I'm getting rid of 1, I got 1 favor. And down the line, you start getting victory points for the amount of Queen's favor you have. So it is quite good to be able to have some Queen's favor.
Very much.
Yeah. Want to back up?
That was a great turn.
I thought so. I thought it was pretty good.
And it was so great, I'm also going to explore, please.
Wow. You're going to bump yourself?
Now I'm bumping myself again, and I get to have the choice again if I want to keep it. But I will increase its strength and put it into my active.
Yeah, not increasing a 1 is quite silly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some very good reasons.
I'm sure there's reasons for it, but
But I feel early on, it is a really good move.
Yeah, for sure. So you have a strength of 4. What's you gonna do?
I have a strength of 4. I'm gonna move the 1, 2, 3, 4, the Cariopa.
Okay.
And then, because there's an empty square, I'm gonna add another basic resource. And then I'm gonna gain all of the basic resource showing on that, which is a water
and 2 pollen.
And 2 pollen.
Amazing. Wait. A warning pop up. A Windows warning. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so now that I'm less poor, I am going to advance. And I know that we're doing a lot of the same things. And that's because the ones down here are a little bit...
They're expansive.
Yeah, we too poor for this. One of the cards or B types have the ability of collecting your workers.
They do. There are multiple ways that you can gather your workers. One of which is just using your turn to retrieve all your workers.
Yeah.
And retrieving your workers is actually quite useful.
Yes, indeed. So I'm going to advance. I have a strength of 4, which does not allow me to get up here. It might be why you don't want to upgrade.
No, well, upgrade. Yes. Okay.
Yes. And yes.
Because
yes and no.
if they get into your landing areas, sometimes it's
yes. So I can only afford these first 2 columns. Now I am looking for a farm, and remembering a farm that is built here costs a fiber and a water less.
Ooh. Okay.
So I'm going to take this first one.
Yeah.
Now I'm assuming, and this is maybe just an assumption, I'm assuming I need to have the resources, the full resources, to be able to afford it. Because if I didn't place it here, I would need to be able to afford the whole cost. But maybe that's an assumption on me.
And this is kind of where we were talking about these edge cases.
Yeah, so this is the Langstroth.
They're like kind of edge case, but at the same time, like...
It doesn't matter because I do have the resources. But I don't have to spend them because it is cheaper for me to put it here. Do they even...
There is... Oh. No.
It's just...
Yeah. So it doesn't say you have to decide that you're building it there first or anything.
Okay.
It just says... If you build a matching tile on a marked hex, you may purchase that tile with the indicated resources.
Okay, that's fine. So that's fine. So it is 1 fiber and 1 water less. So I'm actually just paying a singular water to place it here. And it does allow me to have income of wax.
Which is wild.
Have a good night, Dave! So wax is a premium resource. There are 2 premium resources. There are wax and honey. And they are very useful.
And hard to get.
And they're what you can purchase the immediate ones with. That's what you use wax to purchase these ones. And the carvings are only purchased with honey. And these carvings, you only put out 6 in a 1 to 3 player game. And there's a whole stack of them. You would put out a few more in a 4 to 5 player game. But these are like end game scoring, points, essentially. Yeah. And, they can only be purchased with honey. So it is a premium ingredient. Yeah, so I placed my tile, we're good.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
It's a good 8th question.
There's definitely a lot of options.
Yes.
A lot of options. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go explore again.
Oh, up here. Yeah. You're kicking me again?
I'm kicking you off explore.
Wow. So my 2 now becomes a 3, which is exciting.
That is quite exciting. So now I have 2 2s of both my own. That's a total of 4 moves. And I'm going to go to Sapin. Sapin still has an empty slot. And I'm going to put another fiber on it.
Ah, it is Fiberville.
So Sapin now
just gives fiber.
She just gives fiber. So
at trees, it makes sense.
I end my turn there. I gain 2 fibers. And I put them on my board.
Oh, and you have a farm you can. Nice.
I can.
Nice. Excellent. I'm going to, I can't, there's a bit of a glare for us, there's me. I'm not to figure out what I want to do.
There's definitely many good options right now. Yeah, there's a lot of really good options to do right now.
Is that actually what that says? Whenever you gain one of these tokens, you collect the benefit twice.
Yeah. That's very good. The recruits are generally quite good.
So
they're not overpowered, but they're good.
I'm going to advance with a 3.
Whoa! Bumping me off. And
which gives me...
I will rotate that to
a strength of 5. So it does allow me to purchase in this last column here. And I'm going to purchase the Pathfinder. Jeez. Which is whenever you gain one of these tokens from the Explorer, you collect the benefit twice. It costs 3 pollen, so it is quite expensive. However, it's going to cost me 2 less. So it's only going to cost me 1 pollen.
That's so good.
To be able to afford this.
Oh, come on. That's so good.
Pretty good?
That's
pretty good.
Really good.
It's pretty good. Don't hate it. Don't hate it at all.
Well, I'm really happy you gave me a worker because I didn't have any workers. So I'm going to bump you off of advance as well. So here's your worker back. Now there's a total strength of 6, so I can buy anything I want on the board. And what I want...
And there's no benefit to doing more than 5. Like, it's 5+. It's not like you get a benefit, an extra thing for having more strength.
The only benefit you get is when you put a 4 strength worker. Yes. There's a benefit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be buying this one.
I debated. So I thought about it.
This tile costs 2 pollen.
Yeah.
And it has, whenever I convert, I produce a wax for free. So this is the convert action. So whenever I put a worker here, I get a free wax.
So the only reason why I didn't do it is because I didn't do a lot of converting last game. And I thought, this one seems more fun. So I...
you know what? And
so it's the only reason why I didn't take it, because it's great otherwise.
I'm going to put it over my pollen to get a pollen for free.
Very nice.
And then move these over.
Very nice. That was good. That was good. Okay, so I am going... Oh, what do I do?
What do you do? I think that's the one thing about this game that I actually really like. There's a lot of things you can do, but not an overwhelming amount. You are limited by resources, you are limited by worker strength, but you can do so many different things, and everybody does something different. I feel like it's not a game that you're going to be doing the same tactic as somebody else. And when we played previously, we did completely different things. Like, it almost felt like we were playing different games. Our strategies were so different. And we ended up with the exact same score.
I'm going to advance.
Very nice.
So I'm going to kick myself off into a 4, which will be important later.
Whoa.
And I'm going to spend 1 fiber, 1 water to get this guy here. Which is just a sweet tile.
The sweet tile?
It's a pretty sweet tile.
I have a dilemma.
Do you?
I have no workers.
I think I have my next two turns planned.
I have no workers.
Huh.
So
are you gonna retrieve?
Going to have to retrieve.
Okay, our first retrieval.
So by retrieval, I'm gonna get all my workers. I'm gonna put them over here.
So again, because we started out with 3, we only retrieved 3.
Yeah. So I have 3 workers here, and I have to increase their strength by 1 on all of them. They are a 2, 2, and 3, so they can all increase very easily. Then I put them into my active. Now, any workers that I increased that were originally 1, 2s, or 3s, so not 4s originally, I can perform an income action. Now, you can only perform each farm can only perform an income action once. So I currently have 2 farms, meaning even though I did 3, I can only do 2 incomes. So my income for the bottom right one is gain a queen favor. So I would go up on the queen favor track.
Nice.
Then my other income is gain a basic resource of any type.
That's the pollen, the fiber, or the water.
And I'm going to gain a pollen. Now I have to put it somewhere. So I put it here. Now, that is the end of my turn.
Nice. I'm going to advance.
What are you going to do?
And I'm going to get this tile, which is 1 fiber, 1 water, which is all the resources I have left. And the benefit is for income, I gain a bee.
You increase.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You know what? It's fine. I'll take it.
It's actually really good.
It's not what I thought it was.
I wanted it. So it's a bee with a +1.
I misunderstood.
The strength of a,
as opposed to a bee with just a number 1 on it, which is the strength 1 bee.
Yeah.
Misunderstood. That's okay though. That's okay.
It's actually, I feel
it's still a very good tile.
It's stronger than you originally would think it is.
Yeah, I was just really excited about it, but it's fine. I'll take it.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I have many options. I have so many options right now. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my first strength 4 worker.
Okay.
And I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow. Now, when you use a strength 4 action, a strength 4 worker on an action, they all have a special ability that strength 4 worker gives. Grow, I also upgrade my faction. So my faction is my original tri-tile. And to upgrade it, you just flip it. Over. So this is a free upgrade, only for level 4 worker bees.
What we can tell is it basically just increases the amount of victory points you get based on the same stipulations of what it is. What is your no? Did I just lie?
It's okay. So you get to keep all the resources that were already there. So
What's
you just replace them. So my upgrade says on upgrade, build a farm or a recruit from the stack for free.
So the stack is the unbuilt.
Yeah. And then on the end game, it's actually the exact same as the non-upgraded one.
Well, what's mine? I want to see. So mine was 4 per carving adjacent, 6 per carving adjacent.
That's a lot of points.
But you know what really sucks? I have put tiles already.
Okay, so I'm going to continue in the order that I did. Because I upgraded, I'm going to do the upgrade next.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose a recruit. I feel like they're expensive and they're really good, so I'm going to build a recruit for free. When I research, I keep a second card.
That is so strong.
So research is drawing cards, and you normally would only keep 1 card. This is keep 2. That is really good.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to put it... I'm going to put it up here. And I'm going to get a water for covering that tile. Then I'm going to do the first action. So the strength is actually a total of things you can do. So because I have a strength 4 worker, I could do 1 strength twice and a 2 strength 1 because it equals 4. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the 1 strength once, 1 pollen, gain my new hibernated worker, and then I'm going to do this 2 strength, which is get rid of 2 resources. I'm going to get rid of 2 water.
And you're going to get a frame.
Gain a frame. Gonna gain a frame. So the frame needs to be placed anywhere on your tile, and it opens up more building possibilities.
And one thing we didn't say is if you fill your original board completely, at the end you gain 8 victory points. Same as a frame. If you fill a frame completely, then you get 8 victory points per frame that is filled. You do not have to fill them. However, it is highly beneficial because you get a lot of points.
8 victory points is a lot of points.
Is a lot of points. Are you good?
I am.
Okay. So I'm going to use my level 4 worker bee. Oh, that seems dumb. I did not process the fact that it was a level 4.
It's not the worst. So level 4s, as you will see when it happens, because it probably will happen soon.
It's fine. I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to do a level 4 in Explore.
They are very good.
Now it says also gain a strength 4 benefit, which we actually have none of, which is why I'm second guessing what I'm doing. However, I'm just going to hunker down and go with it.
Might get lucky.
I'm going to go to the 2 pollen.
Oh,
which, if we remember, I get double the benefits. So I'm going to get 4 pollen.
That's crazy.
I'm bathing in pollen.
Oh, that's a good play.
And I never remember that I have space on my farms. So I am going to fill my farms first because I do forget that they have storage. That's just a me thing.
That's a very good move.
Now I'm going to
pollen bath.
Yes! It has a benefit. Don't care what it is, but I can use it. I'm going to place let's place water. Thanks, Tech.
That is a very good move.
So I'm gonna get a water. Now, whoopsie. Calm down. Relax. Oh, I actually have a water one up here. See, I would have forgotten. So, what does it say? Collect income from Collect income from up to 3 of my farms.
That's a very good...
I have 3 farms.
Very, very good farm.
This is an amazing token to completely not know what it was. So I'm going to increase one of my bees, though their strength. Thank you. I'm going to increase this one. My 2 to my 3. Yep. Then I'm going to gain a pollen. Lots of pollen, swimming in pollen. And I'm going to gain a wax, which is that fancy premium one that I don't have any of right now. Amazing.
That was a very good turn.
That was a great turn.
It was definitely a very good turn.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
Well, I don't really know, because your turns are just so good that it's kind of
Thanks.
making me very confused. In a good way for you.
I think you should bump me.
I am bumping one of your advanced workers, and it is going to be upgrading it to 4 if you would like.
I would love that.
And now I get to build something. I don't have that many resources, so I'm going to go for a farm.
You're pretty poor, yeah.
It's going to go a fiber and a water. Build the first farm.
Amazing.
And I'm now going to build it on my new extension because it gives me a card. Building it here lets me draw a card. I'm going to read it quick.
Interesting.
And that is my turn.
Okay, so I'm changing tactics a little bit because I got that wax. That was very exciting for me. So if we remember, over here I have some text that says an instant build here costs -1 wax. So I'm in fact going to advance with my level 4 bee and make this one also a level 4.
Oh,
I'm gonna bump myself. This also will gain me 3 victory points because I am doing that. 1, 2, 3. I'm out. 5 victory points. I am winning. Now I'm going to spend 1 wax to gain nucleus, which gains me 2 frames immediately.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to place one of them around my original hex in the hopes that I'm going to be able to build some carvings there because they will be worth a lot of points if I can. And then I'm just going to place it up here just for funsies to keep it kind of out of my way. And now I have lots more space to build.
That was such a good move.
Thanks.
You're definitely doing a lot of good moves.
I am doing really well.
Yeah, and I'm not
and
happy
I'm
about it.
really enjoying it.
I'm not happy about it.
And now the one thing I will say is I'm in a very, what's it called when it's like everything's about to explode? Like a very...
Yeah, you're like on the limit, on the edge.
Like a very...
Precarious.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like climactic, but I can't really think of the word right now.
Precarious position.
Yeah, like a precarious situation where all my I'm on the threshold. I like that one.
On the threshold.
On the cusp, perhaps. I have 3 worker bees at level 4, which we will see. We are gonna see some stuff go down.
Things do crumble quickly in this
game. So it'll be an interesting situation very soon with my bees. In case you're curious.
So it's not really how I wanted this to happen. Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna convert.
Okay. I never really use the cards. Oh, the cards are strong.
The cards are either completely useless for how you're playing this round. It hit the table, it wasn't fair.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things I noticed is the cards are like incredibly overpowered for your tactic or completely useless.
The ones I was getting last game were like they were good.
It was either like, oh my god, this is clutch, or why did I get this
card?
I
never planted a seed.
That's true, you never planted a seed.
I never planted a seed. You had 2 planted. I never planted any. I used them for their
planting a seed is
their initial ability as opposed to their seed ability.
Yeah.
Which we can show once we actually play a card, but it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
And so one of the big things actually on that note is the reason cards are so good is because they have an ability. Mm-hmm. So they each have an ability. So I can play the card for that ability. Or you can discard the card and get any basic resource.
For resource.
So now if I have 2, I could discard these 2 and get 2 basic resource before or after my action. They also have a seed that you can plant by sliding it underneath your board and their endgame victory points. So.
What you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do is very...
Okay, I love that.
I'm going to use this card for its ability.
Okay.
Plus or minus the strength, plus or minus 1 strength to one of my workers. So I'm going to increase the strength of this worker by 1.
Interesting.
I don't believe it increases the worker itself. It increases the strength of the worker. This is also a very unsureness, I'm assuming.
That's super interesting. Okay.
So I'm going to make this worker be considered a 4 for this round.
Oh, wait. It's not permanent?
I'll look at it.
I think it's permanent.
I don't know. What's the number at the bottom?
18.
That is.
I assume it means you actually increase.
Oh, it does actually permanently increase or decrease the strength of one of your workers. Okay.
Hey, someone to see the clip on your phone. You're supposed to have the clip to us. I think it was of my bottle going ding. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I have to keep that.
That's going to be uploaded. Okay,
so it is permanent.
So it is permanent, so I'm going to increase that to a 4. So now it's a 4, so I get to do the 4 action.
And you get to do... Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. So now the 4 action is first teach a dance.
Do a little dance like a bee?
Make a little love?
No, just a dance.
Doing a dance is... These two, though, they're actually like really hard to see on the board. They look like they blended in. I get to choose...
I think if you zoom in on your board, you'll actually see them. Just as a...
maybe.
Because I think you end up seeing that part of the board, yeah.
So I get to choose one of these two actions. I get to put my cube to show that I'm the one who taught the dance.
Oh, so these are very different than the one that we had last time because they were actually had something printed. So this is, you get to choose a dance of blank and blank, and then you get something from it. And what these are is actually these tiles you get to rifle through and choose what you want. So
these are, you choose them. They're not randomized. And they all represent
each of the resources.
A resource in the game. So I'm going to do something very interesting.
Okay. And if I were to go to that area and use that dance or use that ability, then Defu would gain a queen's favor.
Which
because
is very, very nice.
They created that dance.
I'm going to say, if you discard a fiber and a water, you get 2 victory points and a card.
Yo, that's good.
Isn't that great?
That's pretty good.
Don't you want to use that and give me queen's favor?
No.
Absolutely you do.
I would actually rather chop my leg off than give you queen's favor, but we'll see. We'll see when it happens in the game.
So that's so rude. So this is where the game and my opinion differ a little bit.
Okay.
I am now going to discard a card for a resource. I should have done this before I did my action, but I'm not thinking ahead that far.
Excuse me. You are not allowed to play a card right now. It is the middle of your turn.
I knew what I was doing this whole round.
I don't care.
But it is kind of like, thinking ahead is too much trouble.
It's fine. This one time I'll let you do it.
This one time. I'm just gaining a resource.
Because in reality, if I ever have to do it, I want that option.
Yeah. I think it's if you're playing in a tournament, you need to pre-plan your turn. But also, if I'm playing in a tournament, I'm not streaming.
You're also going to be better at what the game is, so... you'll have practiced it more.
I'm also probably never going to get there.
That's true.
I'm not that good at playing games.
That's true.
You've heard it here. So...
We're just trying to make sure that you don't...
What is this?
That you don't cheat, so
Yeah, so now... when I convert, I get a wax for free.
You haven't converted yet. Convert first.
That's what this is.
No.
I don't have to do the convert action. It's when I'm doing a convert.
Fine.
But either way, I am going to be converting with my dance.
Oh, you are doing that?
I'm doing my dance.
That's cheating.
Look, these are public information. You can actually see them.
It's cheating.
Anyways, so I'm discarding a fiber and a water. I'm getting 2 victory points and a card.
Yeah, cheating.
The one thing is, I don't gain Queen's favor for doing my own. For doing your own, no.
It's only if I do it.
Yeah. And now it's the end of my turn.
So you could theoretically play this card.
I could theoretically play this card. I'm not going to.
You're not going to? Okay.
Wait, am I? I
don't know if it's ever going to be my turn again.
I actually am. Just in case, because I'm worried you might actually take it.
What are you doing?
I'm playing a card.
What are you doing?
Take
what are you doing?
One face-up farm, recruit, or development and add it to my reserve. No. Only I may build it.
No.
I'm taking this one.
Oh, okay.
That's not what you were...
No, it's fine.
It's the only one I can afford with one wax. So...
You're fine.
I was really hoping that's the one.
No, that one's fine.
Wanted.
I mean, oh no! My plan is foiled. Okay, so I'm gonna go to dance.
Oh, thanks for the bee.
Get your bee out of here.
Thanks for my bee.
Okay, so I'm actually going to buy this tile, which is a carve. And anytime I carve, which is this thing, I get to carve with a level 3 worker.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's really good for you.
It's pretty good.
Oh, no.
So 2 pollen.
Oh, no.
And I get to put it wherever I feel like it. I'm going to put it here.
Oh, yeah, that one, yes. Sorry.
So I'm going
to... Because I was like, no, you have to put it beside your thing, but no, it's the card.
So I'm going to put it... if I put it here on the frame, I get a card.
Oh,
let me read my card.
Okay, hold the board.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's cool. I don't want to do it now, but it's good to know. good that I have this card that is available to me in the future. Again, I have 3 level 4 bees. So,
oh, wow.
And they are all out there doing their jobs.
Oh, that's so interesting. I could make you have to take them back.
You could. You actually, if you don't advance, then I will have to retreat.
Oh, that's
and that will
crazy.
be really interesting and a good way of showing something.
It would be really funny too.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I kind of want to do it.
You should. I intentionally did it to be able to show it. So if you could not,
well, then I'm gonna go explore.
Ah, okay. I was like, explore.
Yeah. So I can explore 6.
You can. That's pretty.
I am here to travel.
Travel in the world?
I'm
with the queen ship?
Going to travel quite a distance. And I'm going to travel to the 2 victory points.
Like to here?
Yeah.
Oh, the 2 victory points.
2 victory points.
You're going all the way across the 2
all
victory
the way
points?
2 away. Yeah.
Okay, so you get 2 victory points. Oh, look, we're tied.
New tile, please.
And your planet is Lemmy.
Why are we? Yeah, these are boring planets.
They are pretty boring. Yeah. What resource would you like? You want more fiber? You need more fiber in your diet.
What am I doing with my life?
I don't know. What's your plan?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put fiber.
Yeah, you want some fiber?
Oh, that is... I was expecting something exciting.
It really
not
wasn't.
A single resource planet.
And it's really exciting too, because my turn's gonna be really exciting.
It's very
And your
exciting.
turn is not.
Your turn is actually quite exciting.
Okay. You're done?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so it is my turn. If you notice, I have no bees in my active pool. All my workers are currently on the board, and they are all level 4s. So if I retrieve my workers, which I'm going to do because I have no choice, I am going to retrieve them. I'm just going to put them all down here for argument's sake. They're all level 4s. They cannot be turned more because it is the highest strength that they can get, in which case they are going to hibernate for the time being.
They need to sleep.
They need to sleep. They've worked so hard that they need a little break. I feel that in my core.
Yeah.
So, they are all going to hibernate by going here. So when you hibernate, you put down one of these little hibernate.
They're like hibernate pods.
They're very,
cool.
You know, like butterflies in their little
Cocoons.
cocoon. A cocoon. They're like a cocoon.
They're like a cocoon.
You take your little cocoon and you put them in the hibernation comb. Now remembering we're in a 2-player game, so this part is not accessible to us, so we can choose out of these ones available. And basically what happens is you take your little comb, you take your little cocoon, and you put them on one of the spots, and you gain that resource. The ones that have the symbol with an X, you get to basically wipe the row of tiles and get a whole new row of tiles. And the person with the majority of cocoons in that sector at the end of the game gains the amount of victory points. So the first person that has the most majority is 7, the second person gets 2. And in this section, the person with the most majority gains 3. So I can kind of like play it out, and see what I get. Now I think I'm going to gain honey, because I really want to carve, and I need honey.
Good. Yeah.
So, and honey is a premium resource that's very difficult to get, so I'm going to gain honey first. I'm also going to gain wax, because I feel like that's really powerful and also really hard to get. And I'm going to take all the hard things that I can get.
Yeah, that's fair.
And, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to take 2 victory points, because I can.
I mean, if you're going to go there first, you get the really good ones.
Yeah. So, now, do you want to know the best part?
What's the best part?
So when I hibernate, I gain 2 victory points. So I hibernated 3 times. So I actually get 3 times 2, which is 6 victory points, just for my bees being tired.
Wow. I'm not doing good.
So I took that tile really far in advance with the assumption that I was going to do this move.
That's amazing.
So that worked out really well for me.
That's so crazy.
Now, the other thing is, if we notice, I have no bees in my active pool. So normally you'd have to go to grow to gain your bees back. I don't have a way of doing that because I have no active bees. So next turn, I will actually receive one of my bees for free. It's one of these edge cases that's listed on the thing here, on your worker guide. It says, if you have no active workers at the start of your turn, gain a strength 1 worker for free and then take your turn. It's essentially a way of being like, hey, dummy, you should have planned better. But I actually planned for this.
You can never bottleneck, which is really nice.
Yeah, so it's just a way of getting your bees, a bee back or worker back, when you have no way of getting them back. Now I do have to place my resources. I'm going to place my wax and my honey. And then you're good.
Alright, well, I'm going to advance.
Beautiful.
I have a strength 3 worker on the advance, which means I can build from the first or the second column. Yes. I'm going to build from the second column. I'm going to build this one. And it's going to cost me 1 pollen. And 1 pollen, I'm going to put it... I have to decide. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my board.
Ooh.
And okay. I'm going to build it here.
Don't forget you have that tile that you can just...
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to build it here. Because I built it on top of a card, I get a card.
I forget what my card is.
And that's the end of my turn.
That's it?
Yep.
No card playing?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm going to gain my level 1 worker. Now the downside is there's not a lot I can do with a single worker. So...
Lucky for you,
a single level 1 worker.
But lucky for you, the Advanced and the Explorer have 2 decently strong workers.
Yes.
So it does kind of open up your...
Exactly.
Your possibilities.
Now I do have pollen. Okay.
So many options.
I'm going to go explore.
Oh, really?
Which allows me to explore for 3. And I'm actually gonna go 1, 2, 3. And I gain it twice. Because...
What? No.
It's not a token.
Oh,
shame.
Twice.
I was so excited. Okay, uno momento then.
Yeah, I mean, they're the top middle, the top left one.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll gain this one. I'm gonna gain a fiber.
And then you gain it twice.
And I gain it twice.
And then you can discover more goodies.
And then I can discover a planet. Which is gonna be Saxifrath? It's like Sassafras. It is a random.
That's such a good tile.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I'm struggling.
I'm gonna get a water for the random, and I'm gonna get a pollen, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm definitely resource starved right now.
Now, I'm gonna play a card.
Need to figure that out.
I'll play a
You're
card.
playing a card?
So my card is pay a fiber and a water to gain a farm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I'm gonna gain this one.
Oh, that's the one oh, okay.
For no reason.
There's a specific one here that has an income of 2 victory points. I'm kind of surprised.
This one has Queen's Favor, though.
I know, but 2
And
points.
I placed it on the part of my frame that I get a card, so I'm gonna get a card.
Okay. Alright, things are going well for you.
Oh, nice. Interesting card. Oh, that's my... Oh. Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. I have to retreat because I have no active pool bees. So I need to gather all of my bees. And then that one.
Oh, you have all 4.
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry, I'm poor.
So I have 2. I have a 2 upgrade to a 3. A 3 upgrade to a 4. That means I can do 2 incomes. So I'm going to do 2 incomes so that I can keep an order. I'm going to do 1 fiber. And I'm going to do 1 water. Then I have 2 4 strength worker bees, which means they are both going to hibernate.
Hibernation.
Which means I get to place 2 hibernation pods into the hibernation home. First one I'm going to do is gain a card. Okay. Second one I'm going to do is gain a queen's favor.
I was hoping you weren't going to do that.
And get rid of the reset the farm.
Okay, so I'm going to move you up on the queen's favor. Shame. There are more tiles, by the way, for that section. Oh, no. We just didn't place all of them out because the pile gets quite high. And
yeah, if these look low, there's quite a bit.
There's quite a more on the table. Was that your... Okay. Or not?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. So I'm also going to retrieve because I don't have any active bees and all of mine are in this area. So I'm going to retrieve this lonely bee, turn it into a 2. And I'm going to income. And I'm going to gain... So I can either increase a worker, get 3 favor, get pollen or wax. I don't have space for wax. I don't really need pollen. I don't know how much favor would do for me right now, so I'm actually going to increase my bee to a 3. I'm just going to give her.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Alright, I'm going to advance.
Nice.
Because it's a 4, I gain 3 victory points, please.
Oh.
And I'm going to build the tile I saved. So it's going to cost me 1 wax. I'm going to place it. I have to place it very strategically.
Do you now?
I do. I'm going to place it over the pollen.
So you gain a pollen.
I gain pollen.
Okay.
Now, this is a one-time action. It is the red, the development.
Immediate.
It is build any 2 face-up recruits for free.
Wait. Oh.
Build any 2 face-up recruits for free.
Yo, that's strong. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm going to build this.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to build...
The Simologist?
Probably the Simologist, because the other one's not great.
Yeah. They weren't a great row. I actually debated wiping them.
Which would have been fine, because I don't actually like them, but...
Yeah. But they're points.
Yeah.
Oh, well, only one's worth 0. Never mind.
Well, I'm going to build one of them here.
Okay.
And one of them here.
Nice. So that actually fills your frame, so for future you...
That is 8 victory points.
Yeah.
Also, whenever you build a tile adjacent to me, gain a pollen.
Nice.
I just built 2.
Nice.
I gain 2 pollen.
Very nice.
Do I have room for them? Yes.
Nice. Is that your turn?
No.
Okay.
I think. This is very complicated. This is a very complicated process.
For your brain?
For my brain. And I need to be able to make sure that it works in my brain. I'm going to play a card.
Okay.
The card is going to cost me a resource.
Okay.
Pay a resource to play a second bee.
Okay, not spoil. Yo.
You also have that? Well, I'm playing.
I was so excited, but I didn't have another bee. I'm poor. I don't got workers.
I'm playing it in convert.
Yo, that's rude. Are you gonna dance? Are you gonna perform your dance, I guess, because you can't dance again?
I'm gonna use my convertibility, which is gonna give me a free wax.
I don't like this. Your turns are going in too well. Is that a spot for wax?
I guess, okay, I should have done this first, but because, like,
Cheating again?
Well, I don't have to if you don't want me to.
Cheating again is what I'm hearing.
Okay, then I won't do it. That's fine.
Your turn's too good.
It's fine.
Your turn's too good.
I will dance. I'm going to spend
fiber water.
1 fiber, 1 water for 2 victory points and a card.
Yes.
And then I'm also going to spend 1. I think I can. I should do that.
You can perform up to X conversions, which is 3 conversions.
So I'm going to use 1 fiber and 1 pollen to gain a second wax.
Nice.
You're welcome.
You done?
Yep.
Great. I'm going to take my level 3 worker, and I'm going to carve, because I'm allowed to carve with a level 3.
Oh, that is so mean.
Okay. But listen to this.
Oh, I didn't fill the board.
This is better.
What do you mean it's better?
This is even better. I'm gonna wait and show you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend my honey to gain survival. Which, at the end of the game, I gain 8 victory points if it's adjacent to my faction tile.
No, stop. That's so many points.
Which I'm going to put here, and will give me a card.
Points!
Oh
no.
OMG. OMG, pause.
What do you mean?
OMG, pause.
No! I feel like I'm not doing well now. This game definitely does give you that feeling of unsure if you're doing well, but at the same time you feel so good because you think you're doing well.
I have a question.
Sure.
This card I just got.
Yeah.
Recollect from one of the yellow beads.
Yeah.
Do I still get a double? Because it's whenever I gain, because I'm recollecting. But I'm not gaining it.
I'm gonna say yes, but what's the number on the card?
40. I'm going to say no. Because it says when I gain the tile, I collect twice. This is recollect.
Well, what is it? Whenever I
gain the tile, collect the benefit twice.
Pathfinder. Let's go look at that.
Well, no, do this card. Wait.
Whenever you gain one of those tile through explore or via some other method, gain the benefit of that thing.
So then no.
Whenever you gain
I'm not gaining the tile.
You're not gaining the tile. You're
okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm still gonna play it.
Okay.
Because I still want the resources, and I'm gonna gain the 1 of each.
Oh yes.
Just because it's
very strong.
It's strong. Here. That's it.
I have to collect again. I have to gather my workers again.
Thanks.
And again, I have 1/3, which is going to become a 4, which lets me do an income.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my 1 of anything, because I need to make sure that I know what I'm doing, and I don't. But I'm going to gain a pollen. My next worker is a 4. So it's hibernating.
Hibernation.
They're all going to sleep.
Tricky.
I'm going to gain the any resource. I think I'm going to need the any resource and the cycle recruits.
And wipe the bees.
And
wipe the blue ones.
Just because I don't think any of us really care about them right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'm going to gain a pollen, and I'm going to cycle the recruits.
Amazing. Do I get to do my turn?
Yep.
So I'm going to retrieve.
Oh, you're also retrieving.
I only have 1 bee and it's busy.
That's kind of
So I'm going to retrieve this bee, and it's going to turn into a 4. For next year I go, here to know what I'm doing. Exactly. So I do get to do a benefit. And my benefit is going to be gain 3 of Queen's favor. Because we haven't been getting a lot of Queen's favor, but it's important. It gives some points. Well here. So I'm going to do that as my income. And That was it. That's my full turn. I only get to retrieve 1B.
Okay. I'm going to advance. This is so risky.
Do it. I don't know what you're doing.
No, I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna spend 3. Oh, I have cards. Why are you so expensive, B? I'm gonna discard both cards for 2 resources.
Okay.
And I'm gonna discard 2 pollen. I'm gonna get 2 workers for 2 pollen.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get 1 of these frames for 2 of anything.
Okay. Oh, because you're basically out of space.
I am kind of a...
Okay.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna kick you off of grow.
Alright, we're gonna pause your turn. I have a level 4 that you decided to make me hibernate.
I did, which is really unfortunate because I didn't want to give you that chance, but...
So I'm gonna hibernate.
Here we are.
I'm going to put a piece down to gain something I really need. I'm gonna gain a wax. Oh, I don't want to reset
the red. Well,
nah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna gain a
reds.
wax, and I'm resetting the developments.
Great. Go for it. I didn't really care about them anyway.
There was one I cared about, but
okay. So on my turn, I am going to actually save my 3 bees. I'm going to spend my 3 pollen to get these 3 lovely workers back. And because it's a 4, I'm going to upgrade my faction because I still haven't done that. So I want to make sure I do that because it gives me those extra bonus points for those, the carvings. So I'm going to do that.
That's such a good, yeah.
I have to. Okay, that's my turn.
Are you ready for this gel?
I don't know.
I'm advancing with a level 1B.
Okay.
I'm spending 1 wax.
Okay.
I am...
Oh, and getting... What is it? What does it say?
Building royal jelly.
Yeah, what's it say, though?
You don't get to read it.
I do get to read it.
Reactivate up to 2 adjacent development tiles.
Oh, that's rude. Those are the red ones. You only have 1. Okay.
I'm going to put it here.
Okay, whoa.
Gaining a water.
Whoa. That is too much power.
This tile that is now reactivated is build any 2 face-up recruits for free. I will take these 2. And then I'm going to put 1 here.
I also don't like that you're getting points for every tile you place at the end of the game.
I know!
And that is very scary because of how many tiles you have.
Which gives, putting this here gave me a pollen. Then putting this here gives me a card. And whenever you build a tile adjacent to me, gain a pollen. Wow, what a great action.
Okay, you done?
I am done.
Okay. So, number 1, you have to refill this.
Oh, jeez. It's so empty.
Yeah, you took everything.
What a great turn.
It's upside down.
Oh.
The botanist is upside down.
The botanist and the pharmacist are beside each other. Okay.
I don't like my current situation. So
Yes.
I'm going to do this. Yes. Which hibernates this. Okay?
Yeah.
Which means I get this.
Correct.
Which means I'm going to have majority at the end, which is all I was trying to do.
Correct.
Great. I'm going to take a pollen for fun. That was the random resource. This goes to a 1.
And stays and grow. Yeah.
But I then get to pay a pollen to get the bee.
Yes.
Great. I got that. That was what I wanted to do.
So, the one thing we didn't talk about.
Oh, shit!
Is...
No! No!
How the game ends.
Oh, no! Oh,
triggered.
God, the world is falling! Oh, no!
Welcome to the game's end.
Oh, no!
By placing
I forgot!
the last hibernation comb, honeybee,
the
game end has been triggered.
I needed to buy another card, but I had all level 1 bees!
Unlucky for me, the person who triggers the hibernation comb's last piece, the person who triggers the game end, actually gets another turn.
Okay, well, pause. I'm not done my turn.
So what happens is the person who triggers it finishes their turn, then everybody else gets one more. Well, everybody gets one more turn, including the person who finished it. Which means if you finish it, you get another turn. So it's actually really, really good for the person who finished.
So while still in my turn, which is I was intending to do, I'm going to pay a resource to play a second bee.
That's a great move.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
This was a great end.
So I'm going to pay my level 1 bee to go 1 to get a queen's favor, which I get double. And then I'm going to explore this tile, Rosale, for, like, nothing. There's no benefit. I'll do a pollen for funsies. Ah! I needed to card.
I was trying to figure out how to, like, get a lot of points, and you kind of stopped me, so.
I really wanted this one. It's 3 victory points per carving, including this one. Put that there.
Yeah,
Bam.
I really wanted to seed this card, but now I'm not going to be able to. So I would have gotten a lot of points from.
Oh, everything fell. I understand. Everything fell. The world went down with me.
I'm going to advance as my last action. I'm going to spend 2 wax to build this development card. Here. This development card lets me draw a card. Why didn't I get this last? If I had this card! So now I have 2 cards. This development is discard cards for 2 victory points each. I have 2. I'm discarding both for 4 victory points, please.
I don't like that.
And that is the end of my turn.
Okay, so now I do get the final turn, being the one that ended the game. Thank God, because I didn't intend to. I am going to... None of those provide me enough. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to explore for 2. I'm going to gain double my queen's favor, which will give me 4 victory points in the end. I'm going to explore this tile, Parale, which...
Doesn't do
much.
But you get 2 resources.
But it'll give me 2 resources for some funsies.
Oh, and you don't even have, like, a card that you can play or anything?
No. No, I got a lot of nothing.
So that's the end. That is the end of Apiary. We are now going to be counting points.
So I am going to use the BG Stats app just to count, just because,
You can move around the board.
No.
Okay. We're counting the end. On your cheat sheet, there is a how to score. During the game, there are things that make you score victory points that are not easily calculable at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And it tells you which ones those are. But it is all of the things that are not things to keep. So if you get victory points from moving the queen bee, or if you get victory points from the explore tokens, move them during the game. But then at the end game, there's a bunch of different ways of gaining victory. So we're going to go through each of them one by one.
Okay. So the first thing is our score trap. I have 13.
Which is where you start the end game at your victory points.
And
I have 14.
Seed cards. Neither of us actually planted any seeds.
I don't have any seed cards. I was trying so hard.
You got a whole lot of 0.
So hard to plant a seed card.
Farms are green tiles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's lame.
I have 3.
Also lame. Okay.
And we're counting like that, but on the left side, there's how many victory points they're worth. So they're not all worth 1. Just in this case, they're worth.
Recruits. So the blue ones, I have 0, 0, and 1. Amazing.
I have 5.
Okay. And development being our red ones, mine's a 3.
I have 0.
Okay, I like that. Carvings. So mine is 8 points if it's adjacent to my faction, which it is.
Crazy.
So I get 8.
0.
Great. Queen's Favor Trap. I get 4 victory points based on my placement. And you get 1.
1. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Now the hive match, which is if you filled your hive.
It's this one specifically.
Which I did not.
Ooh, I did.
That's a huge...
That is a very big swing.
I was missing 1.
Oh wow, okay. Very close.
Which is why I needed another carving.
Right. Very close.
Frames, I actually also didn't fill any.
I did not end the game, Kestrel. Frames, I have 1.
So you get 8 points for that too.
So
that is a 16-point swing.
That's huge.
That's huge.
But it's gonna be...
But it is only 6 points gained. You're only 6 points higher.
We're very close still.
So factions endgame ability. So mine is 6 per carving adjacent, which I have 1, unfortunately. So I have 6 points.
Mine is 1 per tile
so
I built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points, please.
That's wild. Hibernation Comb Sector Majorities.
This is where it gets real fun.
So I have the majority in here, so I do get 7.
I have the minority, or second place. If you're playing in more than 2-player game, it would be second place. So I get 2 for this one. And I have the majority in this one for 3, so a total of 5.
So this is a much more average scoring game. We did kind of see a lot of people in and around the 50 mark. Our game this afternoon was 99 to 98, which is
very
crazy.
High scoring. Very high scoring.
And tonight's game is 57 for Defoob and 46 for me.
Let's go!
So right in and around that average. But a much lower score compared to our games afternoon.
From what we heard and what it feels like, I feel like you're looking at the 50s with high gains going up into the into 100. Above 100 is pushing it and really, really hard. Our last game that we did play, we got really, really lucky, and we both got 99 to 98.
It was wild.
This was
the swing
close.
of not filling this
was big.
Massive for me. Yeah. That is really unfortunate.
If you were able to get that one, it's funny because the one carve would have given you an 8-point swing plus the carve points.
So no, but here's the thing: it would have given me the 8 points.
Yeah, and
it would have given me 6 points for having 2 carvings.
Oh, that's the one you were going to go for?
Well, yeah, I would have had to.
Oh, right, because everything else was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have been a swing of 14 points, which you would have clearly won.
Yeah. So that not having that level 3 or 4 worker to be able to do a carving, because that's what I was missing. Because this is 1 less honey, and this cost 1 honey, it would have been free. So I honestly just needed that worker at a level 3, because I have that ability. And I just
It's really funny because I really wanted
that plus or minus B card, and I didn't get it.
I wanted to plant this card, which I had in my hand. 2 victory points per recruit.
Oh, for the
which are the
tiles.
blues.
Oh, you had so many.
I was like, this would have been so many points. But to plant, you have to do a research with a 4.
Yeah.
And
that
tough. Would have been...
It's tough. It would have been so many turns. Yeah,
so many turns. So when I saw that there was 1 left and then you were going to end the game, I was like, there's no way I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
What are points I can get?
Shame.
But it was great. Like, what a great game.
It was great.
I genuinely love this game. This is our second full playthrough, and it's so fun that it's not complicated.
That was a wild word.
Because the thing is, like, learning it was complicated, but now it's kind of like you're just playing. There's like no downtime. It's fun. The decisions feel good.
Yeah.
Everything. It's just like a really satisfying game.
The nice part is that like you literally pick. These are the main 2 sections you're going to go to for a long time, right? Because like this you can't go to unless you have a 4. This one you can't. You can, but like you don't really want to go often. This one I don't go to very often. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Because we're in space. And so it's funny to also say that because like I also felt like that. And I also, like, space is not generally something, like, a theme that I necessarily connect to.
Yeah, we really don't.
However, I really love worker placement. So that is probably where the swing is for me, because I really enjoy the worker placement aspect of it. The space is a very minor part of it. Like
the space is very, like, theme side. Like, yeah, this is kind of like a spacey thing, but also...
And you have planets, but that's as far as it goes.
It's just like a honeycomb.
Yeah.
And then you have the planets that you explore, but it's not. You're just moving. So if it is one of those things that you don't like space theme and it really puts you off...
Which is... I totally understand that.
I totally understand. I think don't make it don't make it stop you from playing this game.
Yeah.
Especially if you like worker
And it was one of those things that, like, I'm not a huge space fan. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, you know? But I think I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
I liked this game a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah. We didn't initially buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
We actively... we actively didn't buy it.
We were on the fence of it. We were very on the fence, and we were like, you know what? We need to play it first. We need to see how it plays, see how it feels. And it is very, like, I'm not I don't want to say I don't like worker placements, but I don't
definitely like it less than I do.
I don't get attracted to worker placements. I think this might be one of my favorite worker placements. I feel like I love the aspect. Like, I feel the worker placement, like, this is fun. Building this is actually fun.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of games, this is secondary. This is not secondary. This
I agree with that. That's the thing, is like, I don't know if it's my favorite worker placement, because again,
you love worker placement.
I love worker, like, we have a lot of worker placement games because I love it so much.
Yeah.
I do like it better than some that we do have.
Yeah.
But I agree that this is super important and may not feel like it's important.
And I feel like it also doesn't look.
It
like
doesn't look important. Yeah.
You kind of look like it's
off to the side.
You're throwing things here, but it's an engine building. It's a point system,
and that's where I kind of see that. I said it earlier very quickly, but like that engine building aspect of having those things that interact with each other.
Yeah.
I love that these are affected by this. Like the fact that I could get this tile and go carve with a 3B. Or like the last game we had, it was like every time I got a certain tile, I then also got to do other things.
Yeah.
And I really like that aspect of it, where you're like, I kind of am doing, mini pseudo pardon tapestry, where you're like doing a little something here, but it's affecting the rest of it, which is really fun.
Yeah. That's it, like that's what you're saying. Like, it affects this so much because it's that engine building aspect.
Yeah.
It makes you do more things better. Yeah. So you're really playing this game.
This is
that's
the game.
Just the worker placement.
These are the options. This is the game.
Yeah, this is the game.
And I think it's neat to, like, I don't, like, so last game, I actually built a dance because I had a card that allowed me to do a dance. Like, I didn't actually go there to do the dance. It was a card that was like, you get to do a dance. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I don't convert much. And I think that's a me thing in most games. I don't use the convert option in, like, Scythe a lot. I don't use convert in like a 2-for-1 very often in games. So for me, like, these 3 are like the main things that I go for.
But
there's still so many options.
But that's the thing, it's still so funny because you didn't convert at all. No. I did this a bunch.
No, I didn't do it at all.
But our points were similar.
Yeah.
We went, again, completely different strategies.
Yeah.
Our strategies are nothing alike.
Yeah.
But yet,
and
you can
it's
still
funny,
play.
because last time you went
No sheep for wood.
No sheep for wood. You went so hard on farms last time. You had almost entirely farmland.
Huge
I think I had 2 farms.
Yeah.
The entire, like, I had almost none. It was hard for me to place resources, which meant I got a lot of Queen's favor. And then I went very heavy on the recruits and pretty heavy on development.
It's true. Our last game, I had...
And in completely different strategies both times.
I had no development and, like, 1 recruit and then, like, 12 farms.
Yeah, you had so many farms.
I have 3 farms and they're irrelevant.
Yeah, you really didn't do much with farms this time.
I went recruit heavy.
I did more with the farms this time than you did.
Oh, that's so cool.
And the fact that there's so many tiles that can be, like, filled in, like, all the different factions and all things like that. And the amount of tiles. These were the extra tiles we just left off to the side.
All the farms that are left.
There's so many.
All the developments that are left. Like, we didn't even get through half the tiles.
No.
We didn't even touch the cards.
No. There's like barely any.
And we're at 2, so you're going to go through them a lot more.
You'll go through them a lot more with more players for sure.
But it creates this variability that the games are always going to be different.
Yeah. And last time we actually did more exploring. We had more areas explored.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The amount of planets.
Yeah.
You're not even going to go through all the planets.
No. It's neat. It's a cool game.
It's very neat. It is the kind of game that I see us teaching our friend groups that are not as heavy board gamers.
I would teach this to Fatty.
I would teach this to Fatty.
Yeah.
And I think he would really enjoy it.
I think he'd enjoy it.
It is that line of heavy enough, but you can teach it really easily.
Now, I will say, if you're learning for the first time, it is easier being people that have played a lot of games.
Yes.
Like, I would say the rule book is a little bit finicky at times. It's a big read. It's long videos to watch for like, the watch and play is half an hour.
Because of all the little details.
The little intricate parts.
That if you're trying to learn it fully for the first time, you have to be like, well, this and this and this. But when you're teaching it to somebody, you can kind of skim things.
Yeah.
Which is, that's why it makes it so good, and that's why I keep going back to this. This teaching guide is a 2-piece tiny sheet of paper, and it's so good to be like, hey, I'm going to teach this to you.
Yeah.
And it makes it really, really accessible.
So I'd say that is like one of those things that is a little bit tougher if it's a group that doesn't play a lot of games and they're coming in new, and maybe some of those things that, like, we take for granted as just innately knowing.
Yes. I think I was touching a bit about that at the start. Is I feel like learning this on your own is not an easy game.
Yeah.
Unless you're already used to learning games and you've
learning some bigger games.
Which is kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
I would not recommend this to a group of people who don't play heavy games.
Yeah.
I would say, like, unless
I think it would be that's the thing, is if somebody's teaching them, I think it would be good. Learning that, though, like, I remember learning some games when I was first getting into board games, and it was like, I learned a couple games that were, like, a little bit, like those ones that are just a step too high.
Yeah.
I would say this learning on your own is a step too high. Having somebody teach it to you is not. It is an absolutely appropriate game for somebody to play who's like a beginner to mid-level.
Yeah.
Maybe not beginner, but like beginner to mid, that kind of middle ground. But learning it, I would say, would be a bit tough.
And
for them.
I think it's because maybe it's the rule book, maybe it's how the game, but it didn't feel great learning it.
Yeah.
It felt very stressful, I was very
finicky.
Confused.
Well, and so I said I was going to come back to this, and I do want to come back to this. So do you want to zoom in for a second?
Yeah. Our zoom ins are
It's not great, but it gives you, at least I can point it out. So this is the, like, on your turn guide, right? So it has all the iconography, except for a couple, because as we said, not all of them are on there, and that was incredibly frustrating. But on here, it says what to do on your turn. So you place your active worker, and you choose the action it's going to perform, or you retrieve all your workers. And then there's the things that happen when you retrieve. So you retrieve, you must have at least one worker to retrieve, and you take the retrieve action. Strength 4 workers hibernate immediately. All others collect income. However, this statement of retrieve all your workers all others collect income. All others what? Because when we first read this, I took this as all your workers, whatever you retrieve your workers, and all other players retrieve income.
Because whenever you say all others, you always assume people.
Players.
You assume all other players.
That was incredibly, because I was like, okay, well, if I'm retrieving, why would you get income? Right? I'm like, okay, so maybe it's a situation where you don't want to retrieve often, and you want to make it where retrieving is really like a once in a while, which is some games are like that,
and especially with the bump feature.
Yeah, and especially with the bump feature.
You're like, okay, the bump feature maybe is what you're trying to primarily focus on.
And then I turned it around, and income, which is the income symbol, then says gain on your retrieve turns or as instructed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but it says on your retrieve turns, and this says all others collect income. So we then had to go and cross-reference in the rules and figure out that this actually was related to the point before where it says strength 4 workers hibernate immediately, all others collect income. These either should have been, this should have been either a subset of this line or part of the same paragraph.
Just keep it in one paragraph.
Or, hey, let's even take out the question, level 1 to 3 workers, or all workers level 1 to 3, or something more.
It didn't need to be vague.
Precise. It didn't need to be vague.
It didn't need to be vague.
And I really disagree with that statement. And I know it's a small, minute point, but I really disagree with how this is worded.
And the thing is, it is a small, minute, but it actually caused a lot of frustration
for
us.
It did.
Which we're not new board gamers.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I learned how to play the game about a week ago.
Yeah.
And then I was teaching it to you. And I was like, the game's easy. I can teach it to you with this and this.
Yeah.
And then we got to that and I was like, well, now I don't remember.
Yeah.
Now I'm
because it's been a hot minute, right?
I'm doubting what I learned a week ago, but I was like, well, no, I was sure. And then I had to go through the thing and that's frustrating because now I was like, from something that I thought
where you were so confident with it. And then all of a sudden it was like just a single sentence took away all that confidence. And it was like, well, then now what do we do?
Because of vague statements. And I feel like this isn't just this board game. I think that's a lot of board games. So I feel like it's one of those difficult things when you're writing in English, how easy it is to be vague.
Yep.
And it's not something that a lot of people pick up on, especially when you know your game.
Yeah.
To you, this will make perfect sense.
Yeah.
But to somebody learning your game, that might be very confusing.
Yeah. So that was a big one for me. The other small things that I was saying that were again, small details that didn't affect gameplay. But for me, I was like, I've come to have a certain level of,
it's
like expectation for Stonemaier in attention to detail. Cause they typically have extremely rigorous testing and eyes on the games to make sure that editing to make sure that they are so clear and so well built. And one of the things that I noticed that I was like, well, this doesn't affect gameplay, but I noticed it being somebody who does a lot of graphic design that on this side of your primary faction, it might be hard to see.
Oh, no, it's not. You can actually see it.
Can you?
Yeah.
So you can see the places where you put resources. These two circles overlap, and then these ones simply touch.
You show them side by side.
And then on the back, this one is closer than this one. And they're all the same. They just took the same tile, changed the information, which is fine. But then you can see that they're different than the problems on the front. Then on top of that, because the front of the faction, which is your starting faction, has your starting resource, which is a green circle with the highlighted resource, because that takes up just a little bit more space, they then copy and pasted that for the back. And if you see, the middle circle is not centered between the top, like the left and the right.
Because they centered it with the green.
Because they centered it with the green and then didn't fix it for the back. And again, it's not a problem. It doesn't affect gameplay. However, for a company that stresses such high quality and high rigorous testing, I literally picked it up and went, oh, because that for me stands out. And I know it won't for everybody. And then the other part is that within the circles, this one is centered and these ones are closer to the right-hand side. So they're off by a pica on either side and the circles are off. Like, it just makes it so when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's not right. That's not how it should be, right? And it's those little details that I was like, oh man, I wish that they had noticed that when they were printing. And who knows, it might be a situation where if they do a second round of printing, maybe they already recognize and they're going to fix it and change whatever. And again, it affects gameplay not at all. Not in the slightest. But when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's really unfortunate because I wish it didn't look like that.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like, obviously we've had to do like graphic design for like our merch and things like that.
And I've done it for years.
It's one of those things that it's like, it's your baby. It's your product.
You want to be as amazing as it can be.
But being such a massive board, things slip through.
Of course.
And that is why you usually have those edits and those second people and all the people down the line to look at.
And we know that most games have things that slip through, right?
Yeah.
But so this is something that, like, there's so many of these tiles and they're all a direct identical. Copy paste. They're identical. They're a duplicated thing, right? So
the fact that nobody saw, caught it. It's the two circles overlapping.
Yes,
is very.
That's so
obvious.
Easy to catch. Like the not being centered, being a pica off from this to this. Most people are not going to notice that very small space difference between either of these sides, and that's okay. But the circles touching, the circles overlapping is real obvious.
It's very obvious. And it's on that note. There's quite a few design decisions that were like interesting or oversights. Yeah. For me, one of the biggest ones was the advance. So you can see here, there's a box, an outline that goes around this section, but you can't even see it on our camera. There's actually one that goes here as well. For the 3, and then one that goes around the 5. The 5 is black.
Imperceptible in person,
it goes
let alone on the camera.
All the way here, and it's a black line. So it's black on thin black. Yeah. You can't see it. It's like...
And the thing is, they could have, like, either done different colors. Like, I understand what they're doing is so that it's more difficult, right? So you want to be, separates them. You know, but... Even doing like white, yellow, gray, white, or whatever. Or, you know what? Increasing the stroke of the line just a little bit to make it a little bit clearer.
Thin or something.
And again, I think it's probably because they're trying to make it not obvious, but it's so not obvious that it's hard to see. I didn't
even know that there was a black line here.
And also, the column that they made, the worker B that says 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus is not centered. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why is it not centered over the column?
Here.
That seems like a weird choice.
And the thing is, it's not even centered to this column.
It's not centered to the hex. It's not centered to anything. It's not centered to the column. It's not lined up. Like, maybe if it was lined up to the corner here, you're like, oh, okay, it's lined up to the corner of the hex. No.
And they're not even even to these 3.
No.
Like, it feels rushed. It feels... Somebody put it quick.
It feels like it wasn't looked at very well.
Nobody edited it. Nobody
questioned. They didn't question
nobody
it.
questioned. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now, I will say the components are great. Like, this board lies flat.
The quality...
It is, like, we didn't need to use board butlers. Flat.
The quality of the components is exactly what you would expect.
It's a Stonemaier. Everything's super good. It's good quality. Like, the pieces are chunky and they're good.
They're nice.
You can throw them around. They're nice.
They came in non-plastic bags.
Mm. So I didn't get to that part,
everything came in those. The thing that Stonemaier has been doing now, the wax paper. Everything was in wax paper.
Okay, that's nice.
Fantastic. That's nice. I absolutely love that.
Good for the environment.
Also, they gave plastic bags of the exact amount you needed.
Okay.
There was no questions.
No extras.
I was like,
you know exactly what it's for.
I know exactly what it's for. Yeah. I know exactly where it's going. There was no question. The box is great.
Minus
all those
this,
things were
but
great.
again, that's a personal
more
preference. It's fine, but it's a personal preference.
But yeah, it is very. There's a lot of things that are just very unfortunate design wise. That seems like they were just a lot of oversight. Like one of the big things that I see,
and if it was an active choice, that's wild to me.
If it's an active choice, it's actually like disappointing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me, one of the biggest things with this game is it is not colorblind friendly. There is a lot of things in it that are so heavy important to the color. And even though there's symbols, like all of these have symbols, which is great. So you can probably get away, but all the small details.
Well, but even just the resource symbol.
The resource symbol is hard to see.
Like, again, and I'm not colorblind, so it's hard for me to be able to say, like, this is not going to be legible. And I don't know.
We also don't work in, like, industries that help things like that. But maybe they did work with, and they do work. But the thing is,
I know they have in the past, but I don't know.
Being able to see all the colors, just like these lines, are like frustrating. So it's like I can barely see it, and I have decent vision. So it's like, but it's those little things.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's some parts that I'm like, design wise, I don't know. Again, though, it does not take away from how much I enjoyed the game.
Absolutely.
I really did enjoy it, and we will be keeping it, and we will be enjoying it with future friends.
I think the biggest praise I can give this game is we will be playing it with other people.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I will 1000%. Very much. I want to play this with other people, which I think is the biggest praise I can give this game. So I'm very,
I do encourage people to play it. I think it was a lot of fun, and it is one that we will play again. And the parts that I was kind of frustrated with, or kind of like, disappointed with.
I think disappointed.
Is not, it doesn't affect the game. It's not detrimental to the game.
Minus
the couple of icons that, like, you have to kind of figure out what they are and things like that. But
everything that's disappointing with the game is
far outweighed,
and you can get over by getting used to it.
Yes,
there nothing is game breaking.
No.
Nothing is so bad that you can't play. You don't want to play.
Yep. You kind of go, okay, well,
you're like, oh, really? They did that? Okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's, if you're a worker placement, I think I would even go to say that this is a bot.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just me. But I really enjoyed even playing this game tonight. Yeah. I really enjoyed playing this game.
I love the flexibility of it. I love that there's so many options, even though it doesn't feel like there's a lot of options. Because it truly, when we first sat down, I was like,
"There's only 5 things you can do."
There's only 5 places, but like 6,
I guess. 6 places. But
even then, I was like, "There's really only 2 I'm going to." It doesn't feel like I have a lot of option. The options really open themselves up, I find. Yeah. Once, like, as your workers are gaining more strength and changing, and you're able to do more, and you're bumping each other, and there's all these, like, interactions between the tiles and the cards, and there's a lot of that kind of opens up and you can do, which is really neat considering there's only literally 6 places you can go.
You have 4 workers and 6 places you can go. That's the whole game. Yeah. That's the whole game.
It's the whole thing.
But it's so satisfying. And it's so much fun.
I really want to paint this bee.
And it has the cutest queen bee of all time.
It's just so cute.
It is really, really cute.
It doesn't stay. The stand is a little. The stand is the same as the Scythe ones. If you played Scythe, the airships.
Oh yes, it is.
But like, it doesn't like go in super nicely. I will say
that might just be the one we got.
It's like a little, you know. But I really want to paint it. It just looks so cute. She needs to be painted.
She
yearns to be colored.
She yearns to be.
She wants to be. She wants to be fancy. Anyway.
But yeah, so I think that for me is a for sure play.
Yeah,
and if you're a worker placement fan, I recommend to buy.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Make sure you let us know what you think.
Yeah, and go play the game.
Go play more games.
Go play any of the games, really, but yes.
Yeah.